Yes, sirree. Good morning, humanity. It's June 29th, 2020, and this is the happy time of your week because it's Mondays with Beth and Paul. And hi, everybody, my name's Paul.
Oh, good morning. This is Bev.
That's right, and we're gonna let you be happy today because we're gonna
Happy.
share happy. And two of the most teethy people on the planet, Bev and Paul, are gonna share it with you. Go ahead, you can smile.
I'm smiling. I'm
I
smiling.
know you don't like to show your teeth that often. Little secret for y'all. So
Yeah.
we're going to talk about Be Happy, Do BioTouch. And if you got that little post, I posted the song about 45 minutes ago. That's on YouTube. But we're not going to play it here because I don't know about copyrights. So
Right.
we're going to talk about this. So first of all, we have a new certified practitioner, don't we, Bev?
Oh, I love it. Yes, we do. As of Saturday, we have Fatos from our third amazing woman in Turkey. And we certified her on Saturday. And I tell you, it's just, I'm so excited about us working. All three of them are working together. And we expect to have some amazing things happening in that country very, very soon. So,
Wow.
congratulations, Fatos. She's
They're putting the
amazing.
manual into Turkish too, yeah?
Yes.
Yes. And they'll
Yep.
probably put a video together and they're going to do some interviews of us and they're going gangbusters. Yes, sirree. And good job, Bev. I mean, you worked hard with those three ladies. I mean, a
Yeah,
lot
and
of
you know
work and
what's really exciting is these three ladies are they work with medical doctors in
right.
Turkey, and one of the things they want to do is put BioTouch in their lives, integrate that into, and so they're very interested in
Right on.
seeing what BioTouch has to offer them, and it's going to be great.
Yes, sir. So all of you out there can learn it too. You know, we have some good instructors. It's an on besides the virtual training that we'll talk about, it's the home study program to get certified so that you too can go out and share it, teach it, use all of our trademark materials, and run your own classes. So
Yeah.
just get hold of us and we'll tell you more on how to do that. But today we want to talk about being happy. And the reason I wanted to talk about that today, I'm driving in going, what the hell are we going to talk about? You know, it's like the last minute. And I hear on the news, they interviewed this guy who does online training for the universities. And the number one class that people sign up for are classes based on happiness, how to
That's
obtain happiness, how to be happy. And it was up there right with classes on how to reduce your stress and mindfulness. That's the new sell word now, mindfulness. And so I thought, wow, BioTouch, we've always talked about it. Reclaim your birthright to be healthy, happy, and loved. But we've never talked about that happiness thing. So, you know, how would you define happy, being happy?
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. First of all, so are we going to have a whole generation of doctors of happiness out there?
Right, happy doctors.
I'm a doctor of happiness. I love it.
Yeah, that new
Well,
revolution.
happiness is as you mentioned, it's even in our the Bill of Rights.
Right.
Pursuit of happiness. Do we really even know what that means? So I'll start out by saying that I studied something very profound years ago, and it really got my attention because it said that eventually in this new age that we're rapidly um, coming into, that there will be another great world teacher. We've had many before, but the one of the things that this great entity will be here to do is to teach humanity how to be happy. And I thought, wow, what? Because basically we've only really known suffering, pain, and unhappiness. And so this is going to be a new experiment. Wow. That's kind of like, yeah. So when we started realizing that biotouch, through all of that love and just presence, really does have the ability through, um, being with another person and lovingly touching it has the power to open us up to things that maybe we haven't ever really experienced in our lives.
Right, and I think the key with that one, when we talk about reclaiming that birthright, it's not something we have to go get. One of the things in that pursuit of happiness that gets sort of twisted is the pursuit is being in the present. So if these courses people are looking for are mindfulness and stress reduction, well, I'll tell you, there's nothing finer than BioTouch to bring you into the present moment. And what's powerful about that, in relation to another human being. We're on this planet, as sentient beings that are here for relationship. There's very few of us who can go live up on the mountaintop all by ourselves. And what are we finding in this pandemic? One of the greatest parts of our sickness and stress is that we have to socially isolate because we're social beings, and so BioTouch brings us into that relationship,
Yeah.
and it's happy. Even if it's a moment you talked about, it's not accumulated, that it's really about the present moment, and one present moment to the next present moment of being happy.
So yeah, and we're talking earlier about the word dis-ease. So it's interesting because the body, we refer to, if something goes wrong in our body, we have a disease. But if you look at that word, when happiness is present, there's an ease in the body, in the mind, in the emotions, all those parts of ourselves. There's an easy uh, beingness there. When we are in stress and everything else is crashing in on us, we have a dis-ease in that all of that interplay. And then sometimes, as we know, it manifests in that physical body, and we call it a dis-ease.
Right.
But we've talked about this before. Even traditional allopathic practitioners at some level recognize that a lot of our dis-ease is related to the stress in our lives.
Right,
And so
and
here
and
we are with
that's
BioTouch.
and that's the greatest thing I keep hearing over and over when people talk about this pandemic and the virus, is how to keep your stress levels down, how to remain present, and what they haven't mentioned yet is how to be happy. How to be joyous and joyful in your day around while all this stuff's happening, whether it's a pandemic or the protest rallies or these movements or watching the news, and all this stuff is happening, and interesting happening and happy. They start the same. How to be happy in the happening. Do
Right?
BioTouch.
Happening. I'm
What's
happy.
I'm happening and being happy. So we always want to make sure you understand BioTouch. If it does nothing else, it reduces stress.
Yeah.
And let's just show you that research project again, where we had 4 different places we did the research. One was Amity, which was a drug rehab community. We had a center in California. We had one in Hawaii and one in Arizona. And there, that dark line are the stress levels. Of course, the highest stress level was in that drug rehab community. Lowest stress level was in Hawaii. I'm not sure that would be that way now, since
You're right.
they're all closed down.
Yeah.
But regardless of where people were in their stress, pre and post session, there was a reduction of stress across the board. And of course, that stress level for the drug rehab community was so great, they almost felt like they were passing out. There was such a relaxation and reduction of stress. And of course, we don't need to show it now, but Dr. Kenneth Stevenson showed, bring BioTouch into the stress cycle, and you build the immune system responses and help your cortisol levels, which over and over and over I'm hearing is the way you deal with this pandemic of the virus.
Yeah, the immune system is key, isn't it? There's a lot of things I'm seeing and reading now that it's almost like humanity itself is having as what is supposed to happen in these kinds of situations is we have a reimagining a different creativity of how we want to be and live on this planet, and a lot of what's being said is the connection to nature that we have not allowed ourselves to have. And when we have connected, it has been in very harmful ways. There's so much beauty here. And so, I thought, well, let's touch the planet lightly in love.
Right.
Let's have a light touch on the planet itself, on each other, and on the planet.
I had in a class, one of the certification classes, at the end of it, uh, a fellow that was in it said to me, "So let me see, am I getting this right? I can actually use this just touch philosophy in my life?" Yeah, folks, you sure can. And it just starts by lovingly touching another human being, and that just it goes on and on and on and on. I mean, happiness is contagious. It's contagious, when you're happy. It doesn't negate anything. It doesn't. We're not trying to water, you know, over the problems that we're all up against right now. But to have our core be from that innate place of happiness, which is what we all want. We all want to be healthy, happy, and loved.
Yeah.
Like you just said, we are part of nature. That's what I like about Zach Bush, how he's talking about we are made up of these viruses. We are nature. We need to treat each other with more respect as we do our land and our waters. He's very inspirational
Yeah.
during this
And
time.
that rippling effect, it's when we are in a place of ease and happiness and loving, the whole planet will respond to that, because we've seen that's true on the other side of it.
Right.
We're all we life here is intertwined.
Yeah.
All of it.
So we're here to just encourage you week after week after week. Be happy. Do some biotouch. Reach out with those two fingers. Touch another human being. And if you really are alone and you have no one at home, there's a power in just thinking about touching someone. And it only takes 15 seconds to reach out and touch another human being and to have them touch you just by doing the greeting. Uh, 15 seconds. I watched some presentation about mindfulness and sitting quietly. And this, what's nice about BioTouch, you don't even have to force yourself to sit quietly. Let that wandering lunatic mind can go on and on and on. And there is no intention. I don't have to focus. I don't have to put myself in a all kind, loving place. I don't have to play the tingling cymbals and have the incense burning. It don't matter. I can just reach out, touch somebody. I could be at the store. I could be, at home. I could be in front of the TV set. I just have to do that greeting. And I bring, as you were saying, a respect to nature, respect to another
Oh
human
yeah.
being.
So when you do the greeting, we're going to say you're opening the door to happiness.
There you go. Open the door to happiness.
Door
Do
to happiness.
BioTouch. Yeah. So we want
Biotouch.
to make sure we teach you a set of points every week. Otherwise, you're just listening to us yak. and, I mean, we love hearing ourselves talk, but we do want to teach the set of points, and we're going to teach you the stress set. It's just as simple as doing the greeting. So here we go.
The stress set may be used to address any manifestation of physical, emotional, or mental stress, as well as anxiety and shingles. Hold at X, which is in the fleshy area just below the bottom of the breastbone. It is the same as greeting point 1. Then with the other hand touch points 1 and 2, which are the same points as in the heart set. These points are found by imagining a line running from the notch at the top of the breastbone to a place on the left breast where the nipple would be on a youth. Divide this imaginary line into thirds. Point 1 is at the top of the first third. Point 2 is at the top of the second third. These points may be touched repeatedly, and remember to touch each point for at least 6 to 8 seconds.
There you go. Does not get more simple.
You know what's really interesting about the stress set? You've been saying it do the stress set until one of us takes a breath.
Right.
It's so interesting. I mean, right there, you understand the connectedness between us. When I can do the stress on a recipient and I'm the one that takes a breath into the body. That's just awesome. Makes me happy.
Makes me happy. Makes me happy. You know, we need to get Horace on another song. BioTouch and happiness. Ooh, he'd begin to that. So if you notice in the comments, we have a link to the research of all the research that we've done. You can also download the first 10 pages, which includes the greeting for free. Just go to the front page of our website, the home page, and download those first 10 pages if you're interested in being part of our 21-day challenge to make it a habit. Make happiness a habit. Man, we got all kinds of good jingles here.
What a thought that is, huh?
Make happiness a habit. I better write that one down.
Yeah, the happiness habit.
We also have classes coming up. So we have our next week virtual training. We love our virtual trainings. We had one already, and it was awesome. This particular one is going to be at a different time. It's going to be 2 days because we're just going to do 3.5 hours on each day. So we're going to do July 7th and 9th. We're going to do them from 3 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. That's Mountain Standard Time. That's Arizona time, if you don't know what the mountains are. And you can figure that out, what time that will be in your community. It's a 7-hour program. Now, nurses, doulas, massage therapists, you can get CE credits for this. Or if you know somebody, send them along. It's probably the best deal for $60. They can get 8 CE credits. And actually learn how to use BioTouch in their practices. So go to our website, justtouch.com, and there's a little link up there, Learn BioTouch. If you have questions about it, get hold of us here at the center. And also, the fourth Thursday of this month, we have a special workshop coming up, and that is going to be on fibromyalgia. We have Tiffany Hodges, who is a physical therapist. So July 23rd, 6 p.m. Is America Phoenix time, and it's only going to be live stream on Facebook. We can also offer CE credits to our massage therapists, nurses, and doulas. Go to justtouch.com/CE credits, and that's all done on a donation basis. So
yep.
we have lots of ways to learn BioTouch, don't we, Bev?
Yes, we do.
So we did it. We were happy for 20 minutes.
We're happy to be with you today.
We're happy. There you go. We're happy to be with you. We hope you were happy to be with us. And pass on some happiness. Please reach out and touch somebody.
Touch. Yep.
We'll see you all next week.
And have a glorious week.
If pain has got you down and you live in town, take a trip down to Pima Street. The people down there are people who care. They will get you back on your feet. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction, choose love while you still can. Don't even try to understand. A healing grace in your own hands. Put love into action.